Men, I'm going to tell you about the most dangerous woman in the dating world. Not the one who openly behaves like a fun girl, but the one who was a fun girl, but now plays the role of a good girl. These women know all the rules of the game because they've been playing it for years. But now they wear a mask of innocence, expecting you to believe in their transformation. Today, I'll reveal 4 clues that expose women hiding their party past. Pay special attention to clue 3. It's when her biology betrays the truth she's trying to conceal. This sign is based on the fact that the body remembers what the mind tries to forget. Before we dive in, hit that like button on this video, because this information could save you from the most painful mistake in a man's life, marrying a woman who hides who she really was. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and write in the comments what city you're from. I'm building a community of men who no longer want to be deceived by beautiful stories about changed women. The first sign is hidden in her digital past and social connections. A fun girl can delete photos and change her profile, but she cannot completely erase the archaeological layers of her former life. Digital traces she forgot to hide include old comments under other people's Instagram photos, where she flirts or jokes inappropriately, check-ins at bars and clubs on Google Maps or Foursquare that she forgot to delete, friend lists on social media full of people clearly from the party scene, old dating app accounts she forgot to remove, and Spotify playlists filled with club music and party anthems. Social connections that reveal the truth are friends who clearly still live the fun girl lifestyle. Photos with friends where she's the only one dressed conservatively, indicating a recent image change. People from her past commenting on her posts with hints about shared memories, and colleagues or acquaintances surprised by her new image. Linguistic patterns that give her away include knowledge of slang and terms from club and party culture, casual mentions of places, events, people from that scene, reactions to certain music or event mentions, and detailed knowledge about nightlife. How she tries to hide it is by explaining connections with party friends through work or school, presenting club photos as rare exceptions, stopping mentions of entire periods of her life, usually lasting 2-3 years, and creating new social media accounts with clean history. The red flag is if there's a clear boundary in her social media between before and after a certain date, if she can't explain what she was doing during specific years, or if her friends seem surprised by her current behaviour. The second sign is the most insidious because it looks like a positive quality. She knows too much about men, intimacy, and relationships for the good girl image she's trying to create. The intimacy paradox shows she knows techniques and preferences an innocent girl shouldn't know, is too comfortable discussing topics that should embarrass her, has clear boundaries that only come with experience, reacts to romantic situations with practicality, not romance, and knows how to manage male behaviour. The male psychology paradox reveals she understands what motivates men too well, knows how to get what she wants without direct requests, can read male signals at a professional level, and understands male competition and hierarchies better than men themselves. The financial paradox shows she knows the cost of things men usually buy, like expensive restaurants, hotels, and gifts, understands the difference between real expensive items and fakes, has tastes that exceed her official income, and knows how to get things without paying for them herself. The social paradox demonstrates she knows the rules of exclusive venues, though officially never been there, understands social hierarchies in spheres where she doesn't work, knows names and reputations of people from higher social circles, and can navigate situations an ordinary girl hasn't encountered. This level of knowledge doesn't come from books or conversations, but only through direct, extensive experience. She's trying to portray innocence while having expert-level knowledge. The third sign is the most irrefutable, because the body remembers what the mind tries to forget. The fun girl lifestyle leaves physical traces that can't be erased by changing image. Physical traces of party lifestyle include ability to drink significant amounts of alcohol without visible effect, knowledge of how to recover after nights of partying, habits and reflexes connected to club environment, body reactions to certain music with automatic movements, and tolerance for sleep deprivation and irregular schedules. Hidden markings include traces from removed piercings in unusual places, body art in intimate areas she shows accidentally, marks from risky behaviour, and professional procedures like laser removal. Wardrobe contradictions show expensive undergarments not matching her external image, shoes and accessories hinting at different lifestyles, knowledge of brands and styles from party culture, and clothing items hidden deep in the closet. Biological rhythms and habits reveal natural activity during nighttime, habit of late meals, knowledge of how to look fresh with minimal sleep, and automatic reactions to certain sounds like music or sirens. Stimulus reactions include immediate recognition of certain substances or their effects, knowledge of symptoms of various conditions like hangovers, automatic safety reactions in potentially dangerous situations, and ability to read people for their intentions. Digital habits reveal instinctive knowledge of how to look good in photos, professional level understanding of lighting, angles, and filters, habit of checking who views her stories and posts, and knowledge of how to create viral content. Why the body doesn't lie is because these reactions and habits were formed over years and can't be turned off by deciding to become a good girl. They manifest automatically in appropriate situations. The fourth sign concerns her emotional reactions and defense mechanisms. A fun girl develops certain psychological patterns to survive in a chaotic environment, and these patterns don't disappear with lifestyle changes. The intimacy paradox shows she can be physically close but emotionally distant, knows how to create an illusion of closeness without real vulnerability, uses physical connection as a control tool or distraction from serious conversations, and fears real emotional intimacy more than physical. Conflict defense mechanisms include automatically switching to attack mode when feeling threatened, using charm or flirting to diffuse tense situations, knowing how to disappear emotionally while staying physically present, and redirecting blame and responsibility to others. Relationships with other women are complex and competitive. She prefers friendship with men, explaining it as less drama, automatically evaluates other women as competitors, and knows female manipulative tactics better than most women. Emotional instability shows sharp transitions between extreme emotional states, tendency to dramatize ordinary situations, need for constant external validation and attention, and boredom and anxiety in normal, stable situations. Attitude toward rules and boundaries includes instinctive testing of any established limits, risk-taking tendency even in safe situations, inability for long-term planning without external pressure, and difficulty accepting authority or hierarchy. Relationship patterns show history of short, intense relationships, tendency to lose interest after conquest or achieving goal, using breakups as control method or attention-getting, and need for constant novelty and stimulation. Stress reactions include tendency towards self-destructive behavior under pressure, using substances, physical connection, or shopping as coping mechanisms, tendency to run away from problems instead of solving them, and shifting responsibility to external circumstances. These emotional and behavioral patterns form as adaptation to chaotic lifestyle. They served for survival and success in a certain environment, but can be destructive in stable relationships. The main understanding is that the past doesn't define a person, but it shapes behavioral patterns that are very difficult to change. The problem isn't that a woman was a fun girl, but that she lies about it. Why honesty matters more than the past is that a woman who openly talks about her past and shows real work on herself can be a wonderful partner, while a woman who hides, lies, and manipulates will continue doing so in relationships. If you recognize someone from your experience in these clues, write in the comments the number of the clue that was most obvious. Real transformation looks like openly discussing her past and lessons learned, demonstrating consistent behavioral changes over a long time, having a support system of people supporting her new path, showing capacity for self-reflection and responsibility for past actions, and actively working on herself through therapy, self-development, or spiritual practices. Masquerading looks like avoiding or minimizing discussing the past, changes seeming superficial and recent, old patterns emerging under stress or alcohol, blaming circumstances or other people for past behavior, an absence of real self-work with only image changes. Remember that everyone has the right to a past, but everyone also has the right to honesty in the present. Demand truth, and you'll find a woman ready to give it.